So when Democrats try to cheat in an election, constitutional judges slap them in the face.
Have you considered a plaintiff's motion? Final judgment. HJR 6007, which was the was void because it violates two different joint resolutions. So, and any action taken therein is an invalid expansion of the Attorney's General call to the governor of the special session.
So the judge apparently highlighted. I found it. Somebody was like, "Hey, Grok, explain this in layman's terms. What did the judge rule against?"
Yeah,
and it says Grok's answer is a Virginia court just ruled that yesterday's special election on a constitutional amendment for redistricting was invalid. The process broke state law and the Virginia Constitution in multiple ways, specifically skipping required steps, improper legislative procedure, and misleading ballot language. I think the thing.
Yeah, listen to this. Well, HB 1384, because the ballot language submits to the voter a flagrantly misleading question to the voters, and because the language didn't accurately describe the proposed amendment.
Yeah, it started out with, do you want to make the election process fair?
Right.
Like, I think that phrase alone is going to lose them the whole thing. Right? Because of course, people are going to say, yes, I want to make elections fair, right? That is, by definition, a misleading ballot language. I mean,
the equity weigh in favor of permanent injunctive relief that the plaintiffs have no adequate remedy at all, and that the plaintiffs will be irreparably harmed absent permanent injunctive relief because the numerous violations of the constitutional amendment process and because Congressman Klein and Griffith would be irreparably harmed by their districts changing at this juncture.
Yeah, they couldn't file until they knew whether it passed or not. You can't sue for harm on a law until the law is passed.
Right. So, right. Yeah. Denies the motion, overrules the thing. Dismisses the motion, orders that the documents provided in response, denies any other outstanding motions, overrules any other outstanding pleas, suspends any bond requirements for any party petitioning or appealing, and denies the defendant's motion to stay the appeal. That's like, no more, nothing else. I really mean it. This is it.
Like, yeah. Now they get to
it could be contested up to the Supreme, but
yeah, but I think because this is a Virginia judge, it's going to have to make its way to the Virginia Supreme Court before they can then petition the U.S. Supreme Court. So this probably stops it from kicking in the midterms, at least.
That's my understanding. Well, I think that's correct.
I think this is going to end up, because if the appellate court comes back with, no, we're going to reverse this, then I think they can, then at that point it's split, so they can ask for a stay until it's decided by the high court, and they'll probably get it at that point.
This is a stay because it did specifically say,
yeah, but the appellate court can overrule this dude.
Yeah, I guess.
But if they do, I bet the appellate court pauses everything until it's decided.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I guess what this is. This is the pause for this.
This is the first pause.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I read the ballot initiative, I'm like, this is the most misleading thing ever, because it's like, do you want to have fair elections? Like, that's the start of the ballot language. It's like, yeah, I want to have fair elections. And then it didn't really proceed to explain what it was going to do on the ballot. It didn't really tell you. It's like, if you want to have fair elections, just vote yes. And that's the problem with words like fair.
Yeah, who doesn't vote yes for that?
Well, fair by what measure? Fair by what understanding?
That too.
Fair by whose definition? Like, what are we talking about here? Yeah, fair sounds good. It's a great buzzword. It's a great place to start a conversation. It is not a definition.
Well, right? Yeah, because I mean, your definition of fair and my definition of fair may be wildly different.
See, because my definition of a fair way to lay out the districts is to slap a grid on it based on square mileage, period, end of story, ignoring how many people live in that block.
Yeah.
Right? That's fair.
Now,
we broke up the state fairly, right?
And then I argue that that's not fair because you get one block that has 9 dudes in it because it's out in the West Texas somewhere, and those guys now have a district all to themselves. And
both of us are defining what fair is, and both of us are making legitimate, logical arguments about what is fair. Now we have to decide which one's right. Maybe they're both right.
See, maybe the way that I would
I
would do it where you do it by population. So a square can only have so many people in it, and the redistricting of that district occurs each election.
I would also argue that I would also argue that if we're going to talk about what's fair, only U.S. citizens get counted in the number of people in that population count, or people who are legally eligible to vote under the Constitution of the United States. So hear me out. Anybody here on a visa? Anybody here on a temp visa? Anybody here criminally because they snuck into our country violating our laws? None of those count for representation.
Yeah.
Because they don't get represented because they're not a citizen. So we don't give a rat fuck what you think.
Right.
That's an argument for fair. Now, the other side of that is everyone living here is subject under the law and the taxes and the everything. So everyone living here, whether they're a citizen or not, deserves representation, right? You could argue that is fair as well. But who's right? None of that. That's the problem with a word like fair.
Right.
It has too much variable in it. We have to sit down and agree what the definition is going to be before we can decide if something is fair and equitable, right? And nobody's going to agree. And splitting one city up like 12 different ways to screw everybody else in a state is not fair. I think everybody can agree on that, except the Democrats who put that map up.
So I did a quick.
Republicans haven't done the same shit other places.
Yeah, for sure. So I did a quick search. The count that we've done in the Constitution is everybody. It's always been everybody, citizens, non-citizens, and everything. So I'm not saying we can't change that. I'm just saying it's been.
Yes, I would also argue that when that was written, everybody was a citizen, by and large. Like, we didn't have the immigration. It was so hard to get here.
But it's never changed, is what I'm saying.
No, like, we did address it. No, we did address it under slavery. We had to decide if African Americans were people that counted,
right?
And there was a period. Yes. Now, I don't agree with it, but there was a period where African Americans counted for part of a person. They weren't a whole person. It was 3/5 or something like that. I don't remember what the number was.
It was 3/5. It was. It was. Not arguing whether it's right or not.
No, we're just talking about a historical fact.
The reason that they did it, they were sitting down at a bargaining table and trying to put a country together with essentially a bunch of a bunch of countries were trying to form one country, essentially.
Yeah. And a lot of people forget about this because nobody pays attention to history, but the U.S. as it sits right now wasn't the first option. The first option failed.
Yeah. The first one didn't work, which was the Articles of Confederation.
Yeah, the Articles of Confederation. Yeah,
or whichever one. But yeah, no, they tried to essentially run it as a bunch of small countries.
13 countries with communal defense
and everybody had their own money, and trade got really complicated.
The EU done badly then, just like the EU is being done badly now, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so then they had to come back to the table and go, okay, that didn't work. Let's try this again. That is one of those things that the things that you think about that you didn't learn in school that you're like, why didn't we cover that more?
But see, we did. We covered that.
Maybe I just don't remember.
No. It was edited out of the book by the time you went through because my brother didn't cover it.
Oh, okay.
And he's only about a year ahead of you in school. But it was in the textbook for U.S. history when I went through in junior high. I don't think it was covered in high school. So
interesting.
Well, the commies had already infiltrated at that point. We're trying to dumb people down to make them easier to control.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a high school diploma. Most people used to come out speaking at least one language, maybe two, and being able to do real math, balance a checkbook, and having studied Latin. Right now, corporate America is having to put out training modules on 6th grade English so people can write.
Yeah.
It's sad that's a truth. That's actually happening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, so I was going to say, talking about things that weren't in the history books, I saw one, we don't have to dive into it, but things that you sort of think back on and you go like, why didn't we cover that? And, I remember we spent almost a whole year on World War II and the Holocaust. And, when we did our 8th grade trip to Washington, we went to the Holocaust Museum. We actually went to the one in Houston as well, because it had just opened right around that time. And I saw a thing online and it said, isn't it really interesting that we never talked about what books the Nazis were burning?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
because I've never, until you asked me that earlier today, I had never even considered the question.
Yeah. I wonder what, let's have fun here. Let's ask ChatGPT and then let's ask Grok and see what the answers are. Because my understanding is, from what I've heard, is that a lot of it was, progressive ideas of, so it was like it was Jewish authors, because they were going through, and because that was the whole Aryan thing they were doing. Then everybody who had a different political idea, so they were burning the Marx and all that stuff. Let's see what else we've got in here. Modernist and degenerate literature. And then this is the last one. It's works on sex, gender, and social change. So Magnus Hirschfeld, in ChatGPT actually gave me the right answer, who was a sexologist and a pioneer of LGBTQ research. And then
but they didn't call it that back then. But
they didn't call it, but that's what this is. I think it's trying to give it to me in the words that I'll understand what it's referring to. But I heard somewhere apparently some of the first transgender surgeries were done in Germany before World War II.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
There's a lot of weird experimental stuff happening.
Who was the other guy? Mengele and
Mengele tortured a lot of Jews and gypsies and political dissidents and stuff. And here's a dirty.
Well, no, let's
secret.
hang on.
Let me
one second. He wasn't torturing them. He was doing experiments.
A lot of modern medical information came out of what the Nazis did. World War II.
I want to say this was probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I heard this, so the percentages probably changed, but they said something like 90% of our understanding of how the brain works comes from because they were literally like just going, what happens if we poke it here? And they would just like, it was just
massively unethical and immoral.
Oh yeah,
but
it's
they
horrible.
learn, right? Well, honestly, if you look at the study of medicine, you have grave robbers and desecrating corpses and all kinds of stuff
Ben
because
Franklin.
they have made research illegal, basically. Like,
well,
at that point, no one was donating their body to science, right? Like,
so a while back, I remember there was an article. They discovered a room, like a basement on Ben Franklin, one of Ben Franklin's properties,
houses,
and there was a whole bunch of
France,
skeletons. Maybe, I don't remember if it was.
No, it was in France. It was while he was the diplomat over
and there were a bunch of skeletons down in the basement. And so, hang on, let me finish, man. Sorry. They found a bunch of bodies. I remember articles came out at the time where they were like, Ben Franklin was a serial killer, like, and so it came out later that apparently the guy he was either living, I think he was living with him,
his roommate
was a doctor.
Yeah.
And they were, I don't think they were grave robbing, but he was providing a place where bodies could be brought, and then they would cut them open and see what was going on and
how they learned about anatomy.
Stuff out. Yeah.
So, breaking news. House Bill 5425 in Michigan is in its Judiciary Committee.
Is this the Nick Shirley?
No.
Okay.
This is a bill which would ban sex offenders from working near child care facilities, and every Democrat voted no. They voted yes for sex offenders to be able to work near child care facilities.
What was the bill?
The bill is to ban.
No. What was the number?
House Bill 5425 in Michigan.
5425. I want to see. This is the kind of thing, like, you read the article, I'm totally with you, and you got to figure out what it is. But like, what actually is that thing saying? Because like, I want to know what that means. Like, not near.
Yeah, because it doesn't say
in Michigan.
This thing. Yeah, Michigan.
All right. Oh, that's a
prohibits employment of a registered sex offender at a business that provides services to minors.
Criminal procedure for sex offender registration. Here, let me just put this up while I'm scrolling through it here. Okay, so second reading was, that's today. Okay, so let me see the actual bill. Introduction bill. Is it this? Oh, okay, good. Okay. Bill to amend. An individual is required to register under this act, not to be an employer of a business that primarily provides services to individuals under the age of 18. So they voted no to this, is what we're...
Yeah, they said no.
So provide services to individuals under the age of 18, including but not limited to martial arts studios, dance studios, summer camp, tutoring services, youth sports, and art and hobby classes.
Mobile vending
businesses. Keeps going. Mobile vending businesses, bowling alleys, laser tag, escape rooms, and any other business that allows for unsupervised access to individuals less than 18 years. Okay, that's so like Dave and Buster's and places like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chuck E. Cheese, Mr. Gaddyland.
Otherwise provided in a subsection, an individual. Okay, so that's the punishment.
Yeah, so every Democrat on the committee voted no.
Is that it? Oh, yeah, okay, so take in 90 days. All right. The time of the initial registration under this act and each verification of the registered authority. Okay, so why? Why would they vote against this?
Didn't say. It just showed. I just watched the roll call.
No,
Yeah. Why? Maybe they're on the registry. I don't know.
So the ACLU is arguing that the courts have repeatedly found that the sex offender registration is unconstitutional. Opponents argue that restricting employment opportunities hinders the rehabilitation and successful reintegration. And a great mental burden. Critics state the bill is a solution looking for a problem. What? Lacking data linking the employment of registered citizens to those setting to. Okay. Opponents suggest the legislation is too broad in what it defines as a business serving minors. Now, that might actually be a valid argument.
Yeah. Well, although I like the definition, anyone who allowed unsupervised access to anyone under 18.
I'm just wondering what that would include that you wouldn't want. Like, I'm because even like I wouldn't want a sex offender working at a movie theater.
No, dude, I'm seeing another one. Gas in Dallas, $177 at HEB.
Yeah.
I wonder it's what not that price here. But yeah, I mean, it's just like. Now, to be fair to these Democrats, to be fair to them, I don't know what their objection is. They may have a valid one. I don't know what it is. It feels like anytime we're like, let's protect the children from the pedophiles, they're like, no, we need to empathize with said pedophiles. I am not for anything that normalizes abuse of children, period, in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of like the idea of maybe if it's a prepubescent sex offender, like the kid hasn't hit puberty yet, we should probably just hang them.
Okay, here we go. HB 5425 is unconstitutionally vague. How can you know whether a business primarily provides services to individuals under the age of 18? Okay, that's a little fair. For example, is it a crime for a registrant to work as an after-hour cleaners for a hairdresser? I wouldn't. Okay,
I wouldn't call a hairdresser unless it's a kid salon.
Yeah, because parents don't usually drop a kid off at the hairdresser.
They're not unsupervised. They're not unsupervised. No, it listed out places like laser tag, places like bowling alleys, places like.
If a prosecutor can prove that half of the people getting haircuts are under 18, what counts as a business that allows for unsupervised access to?
I got a good way to do it.
Does that include stores where teenagers shop? Yes,
let's do it. Let's do it this way. Let's do it like Texas does, where you can't carry a gun. If you make 51% of your income, because in Texas you can't carry a gun into any, whether you have a license or not, into any establishment that makes 51% of its sales based on alcohol.
Right.
The minute you go over 51%, you just can't carry a gun there because you're a bar, right? So if you make 51% of your income from minors, then you can't work there.
Well, that doesn't. No, that's a bad. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
No, I'm trying to. You asked for a way to measure. Well, there's a way to measure. You know.
Well, but I mean, kids don't spend money. So, like, you take a kid to ballet class, the kid isn't spending any. Isn't actually spending that money.
If 51% of your clientele is registered under the age of 18,
but then you're talking about a kid's hairdresser again.
Yeah, there are kids hairdressers, and I don't think work there. But I wouldn't say Supercuts, which is a generic hairdresser place.
Yeah.
Would qualify. I wouldn't say Sports Cuts would qualify. I wouldn't say the little old ladies shop where a lot of the women go here in town qualifies. In fact, I can't point to a single haircut place here in town that targets children as far as their primary audience.
Right.
Now, I'm sure there are some, but that's going to be so small. And here's the other thing. Maybe we need to make it like during certain hours. Like, I would have no problem with them working at a bowling alley on the late shift that stays open till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It doesn't have to be just the business. So, like, let's say you worked the after hours crew at one of those like kid trampoline places where you go in and clean everything up, or movie
theater. Yeah, some of the movie theaters stay open till like 2 a.m. So if you're coming in to work that like 9 p.m. to a 2 shift, cool.
Yeah, there's no kids around. Yeah.
But there shouldn't be. Crazy. Like that there you can make the argument there shouldn't be unsupervised kids around at that point. So you're good.
Right, at that point, yeah. Well, here's how you would fix that. Most movie theaters switch to only R-rated movies after a certain time, because they know that.
Yeah. Well, and here, let's help fix this. Let's get rid of the PG-13 rating and go back to PG and R. You know, PG-13 ruined movies.
It did.
I know that's a crazy tangent, but
Kennedy files a major proposal on the Senate floor under the reconciliation. He's trying again.
Yeah.
Require citizenship to vote, require voter ID, election day only.
This shouldn't even be a question.
He's putting back in the block pay for senators. Block Democrats from shutting down the government before the midterms. None of this is guaranteed to make it through, which is what, yeah. He just keeps slugging away, man. You gotta admire his tenacity to just keep firing again and again and trying to get something done. There was that I want to say it was a Democrat in a state house who they were trying to pass some bill that it was something to regulate ICE agents or something. And she got up and she was just like, what are we doing here? We know this isn't going to pass. We know this is unconstitutional. We are wasting time. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Here's that thing we were just talking about.
Yeah.
The Democrat Party is the party of pedophiles.
It's starting to look that way.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, I want to show you this crazy thing I saw earlier. We're going to tangent jump here over to, all right. Did you see the infographic of illegal migration into Europe?
You mean the modern?
So it says it's one thing to see a graph saying 2 million illegal migrants entered Europe since 2008. It's an entirely another thing to actually see it. All right, so you ready?
Mm-hmm. It's an invasion.
That's insane.
It's an invasion. The Muslims realized that they couldn't do it via force, so they're doing it via illegal immigration. And then they're going and running for office and winning elections. And now I saw
you get arrested on the street if you're preaching in
some mayor, some woman who got elected mayor of a medium-sized city in the UK who's Islamic has said we need to deport all the non-Muslims, even the British citizens.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, what the hell are you doing? I have to share this one. This is too good. This is just too good. Because this reminded me of the conversation you had with your mom today. You gonna put it up?
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I was getting a chat.
Yeah,
of course, my wife decided to try to do something while I'm in the middle of something else, and she's like, "What do I do? How about this? How about this?" Yeah. So I was talking to my parents this morning. I was talking to my parents this morning, and I was telling them about. I was telling them about what was going on, and my mom just goes, I just gave them money. I was like, yeah. Oh, I did. My dad actually, because I was mentioning, I mentioned to my dad, and he was immediately like, well, I don't trust Kash Patel. And I was like, okay. It's like, whatever. But he messaged me back and he was like, okay, so this looks a little more nuanced than I thought. It's like, yeah, you read an article and I was right.
Yeah, I mean, at least he came back. Now, this is the best gerrymandered map I've ever seen. Here, what's this?
Oh yeah, I saw that one earlier. I saw that one earlier. You gotta love the Babylon Bee. Those guys are great. Did you see something? I saw something earlier that like InfoWars is now owned by The Onion.
The Onion finally, I think, won the lawsuit, and yeah, so they're trying to turn it into a satire website.
I wasn't sure if that was The Onion doing a joke.
No, because they were the ones who won the bid, and he's been fighting it, saying like y'all underbid me, and you know it's been in court for a long time.
Okay, I wasn't sure exactly what that was. Oh, dude. So I saw this earlier. Now I'm going to nerd out for a second. You know what Buckaroo Banzai is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this dude
dimension, right?
Yes. All right. So this dude was like watching it, but look at that poster.
That's so awesome.
Isn't that great?
And you look at it, and it's just a who's who of amazing actors.
This is the other one that I also like too. That's the one out of Europe. Such a good movie. Yeah, everybody's in that movie too. Like it's just got the craziest cast.
Yeah, it's wild. It's just and it's an acid.
If you haven't seen Buckaroo Banzai and what is it?
So let's do this.
Across the Eighth Dimension. Across the
Eighth Dimension. So, movies you should see once, right? Buckaroo Banzai. Absolutely.
Primer. Primer.
I haven't watched Primer.
It's a thinker movie, but it is the best time travel movie I've ever seen. Like that just closes every loop and answers every question. And apparently the guy who wrote it, they brought him in as like a special advisor on for the time travel in the Avengers movie. They were like, we want to do this. And so they were like, let's get the guy who did the best movie.
Yeah. Blazing Saddles, one of the best satirical comedies ever done.
And then you got to go Spaceballs if we're going to go down the Mel Brooks. You got to, and then Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. People are like, you're watching a black and white movie. I'm like, it's Young Frankenstein.
It's Young Frankenstein.
I watch it once a year.
Knockers.
Yeah.
Yes, the best. Okay, what else? Movies that you have to see at least once. Okay, Godfather and Godfather 2.
Yeah, when I watched those, I was like, okay, I've watched them. They're amazing. I don't ever need to do this again, but they were amazing.
Yeah, the original Star Wars trilogy, Lord of the Rings, obviously. You can skip The Hobbit. Who cares?
Yeah, and I would argue Lord of the Rings, the extended editions, especially the Two Towers.
Yeah, well, I would never recommend anyone. I would never recommend anyone watching the theatrical Lord of the Rings there's no point at this point. The extended versions are perfect. There's no need.
Oppenheimer, I would probably put in there. That one was really, really, really powerful and good.
And then I would run down the Christopher Nolan list and go, you've got to watch Tenet, you've got to watch Interstellar. His Batman movies are spectacular.
His Batman movies are spectacular. I just don't. I don't know. There's something about him I don't like. Because I watched Dunkirk and I was like, this is boring.
I haven't watched Dunkirk.
It's boring. It's good. Well, but you know what? I'm glad I watched it once. I'm glad I watched it once.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge.
That's spectacular. Everyone should have to watch Band of Brothers all the way through.
Band of Brothers, even though it's not a movie. Band of Brothers.
It's not a movie,
but I'm
Patriot.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yep.
And We Were Soldiers.
Yes. And I mean, at that point, I would want to say like Platoon's got to go in there.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. Apocalypse Now.
Maybe.
For just as you're doing movies to watch. I'm also thinking about like the visual beauty that's in Apocalypse Now.
I'm talking about movies that like hit you in the gut. You need to watch one. 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's hard. It's a hard watch.
Hate 2001. It's
so but bad. It is. You talking about like strikingly beautiful. That's how we know we faked the moon landing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Kubrick did it first. let's see.
Silverado is on my list.
Yeah, Silverado.
Love Silverado.
The Good, the Bad, and the
Ugly. Then you got to go down. What's that?
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah.
Well, Tombstone.
Tombstone.
No, I really liked Wyatt Earp. It's with Kevin Costner.
But it wasn't as good.
It's not as good as Tombstone, but it is more accurate.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a much more historically accurate film. But Tombstone is an amazing movie.
Wyatt Earp is
the
story of Wyatt's life. Tombstone is this event in his life and sort of the repercussions of that event.
Yeah,
and what led up to it. But
Quigley Down Under.
Oh, I love Quigley Down Under. Such a good movie. I think I watched that for the first time in the last 5 or 10 years. Like I just recently found that one.
Here's a couple of them that a lot of people haven't seen. The original Crocodile Dundee, just the first one. You don't need to watch any of the others.
The second one's not terrible.
Second one's not terrible, but it's not a have to watch.
No, right? It's not a have to watch.
And the original Police Academy, the very first one. And the second and the third one are really good too. But that first Police Academy just had everybody in it, and it was just pushing the hard edge. And
Sneakers.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Hackers
for sure.
War Games.
Yes, War Games. What else? Close Encounters.
Yeah.
Navigator.
Again, a hard watch, but
I love Close Encounters. And it's so good.
It wasn't a movie, but there was that mini series Spielberg did. I think it was Taken. Yeah. Is really good. And since we're doing a couple of these, the B-17 one that Apple just did.
I haven't seen that one.
And of course that one really hits for me because my grandpa was part of a B-17 crew who was captured. So I mean, and it deals with all of that stuff.
You'll never be able to find it anywhere because HBO took it off and they've never republished it. But From the Earth to the Moon was the miniseries that Tom Hanks did after. I think it was after Band of Brothers.
You know what? It was on HBO Max because I just rewatched it.
No kidding, it's back. Okay, good.
Like last year,
I have it on DVD.
I watched it like last year.
Okay,
and good. But it hadn't been anywhere for decades. It hadn't.
I'm glad that's back on. That's a great.
You mentioned that one, Apollo 13,
of course.
Like that's.
What's the other one I'm trying to think of?
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Yeah,
I think it's an important one.
It is a good one. I was gonna say Ocean's 11, not the original one. Ocean's 11. The reason I say that is because every heist movie that's come after has been trying to copy it.
Yeah, they've been trying.
That's how good it was. It was perfect. It was. There's not a bad scene, and apparently they actually went back after they did the original cut and they cut it down and tightened it up a little bit, and that's why it's so good. Is they went back and went, this is dragging. Let's cut this and let's cut this and let's trim that and.
So even though I'm not a huge Tarantino fan, Pulp Fiction.
Okay. That's it? That's all you're going to pull from Tarantino?
No. And Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Like, you don't need to watch any of his other shit. But you should at least watch those two. Like,
so I would argue.
Because there's a bunch of movies I'm leaving off this list that are awesome movies.
I think it's Django.
Did he do Django Unchained?
What's that? Yeah, he did Django.
Okay. I didn't realize he did Django.
Yeah.
So, Django was really good too.
Django, Pulp Fiction, and as Kill Bill Part 1. Like Part 2 is okay, but one is so good. The story. Yeah. I know, but if we're
consider
really
them one
things
film.
Down.
I consider them one film. Right?
I know. But
we left off a huge one. What? The original live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
100%.
It's the best one they've ever done. It's the best one they've ever done.
I've seen that movie so many times that I put it on when I'm like cleaning the house or doing just because it's just background noise for me at this point. But I I quote it as I'm going because I know it so well. I know it so well that I'll leave the room, go upstairs. I can't even hear it anymore, and I'm still running lines. And when I get back downstairs,
you're on time.
3 minutes later, I'm still right where the movie's at. Like
Conan the Barbarian.
Yes.
Do y'all need to watch the second one?
No,
because they PG-13.
What else? Excalibur.
Yeah, once because it.
Yeah, if we're doing it once, you should watch it. It
defined every fantasy movie that came afterward. So yes, yes.
Yeah, I love Excalibur. It's so good.
Beastmaster because it holds up, like in a way that
I still haven't watched it yet. Oh, okay. This is a weird one, and you probably haven't seen it, and most people probably haven't seen it. But Lucky Number 11.
I've seen it.
It is so good.
It's good. This is going to be the surprising, but out of all of them, the original Rambo, because it's one of the few movies that really deals with the PTSD of the Vietnam soldiers and stuff. And the way
you're gonna have to also throw the first Rocky in there too.
Actually, I think 1 and 2. Again, I consider them a movie. Like honestly, Rocky 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. They are the Rocky story.
I think if we're really cutting things down and only including what needs
the first
to be included,
Rocky,
the first Rocky is a must. The other ones are good, but they're not.
Predator. It's still, I think, the most dangerous game adaptation that they've made, because the most dangerous game is the short story that always goes back to a man hunting another person, and the original Predator is perfect. Again, it's a perfect movie. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
You don't need to have seen Terminator 1. I hadn't seen Terminator 1 when I saw Terminator 2. All right. Blues Brothers.
Yes.
Galaxy Quest.
Yes. Stripes.
Yes. Stripes as well. 100%.
Caddyshack, the first one.
Yep. Yeah, I'll give you that one too.
Animal House.
Yeah. Oh, I got one for you. The Accountant. With Ben Affleck
I haven't seen that one yet. I want to.
He's an autistic hitman, and it's great.
Oh, can't believe I forgot this one. The Adam West Batman movie.
Yeah.
It has the best bomb scene ever in it. It just,
yes, 100%.
It's campy, it's silly, it's stupid, I know. But and I would also argue, I know Dune 3 is getting ready to come out, but the 1983 or 84 version of Dune is just a gorgeous acid trip. It's not as close to the books, it's not as accurate, but talk about the music and the visuals and the you haven't seen it, but I would say Roots. It's a miniseries, but it was powerful.
So let's do it this way. All right, Jim Carrey. Is it Ace Ventura or is it The Mask?
The Mask.
Yeah, I think so too.
The Mask. Honestly, I didn't like Ace Ventura. I mean, I laughed the first time, but
okay.
I would put the one where he gets to be God above.
Oh, Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty is really good.
Talladega Nights. I hate that actor. I hate Will Ferrell. But
I don't care about racing, so I just didn't.
I like a good racing. Smokey and the Bandit, the first one.
Okay.
I mean, it defined an entire generation and genre of people.
Yeah.
I mean,
John Wick.
Yeah.
We're just picking just the first one. Here's the one off the wall. Everybody should have to watch Barbarella at least once.
Yeah.
It should be
right there with watching. That. Flash Gordon.
Spectacular. Yes.
The original Highlander.
Yes. The original Highlander.
I'm sorry, the only Highlander movie they ever made. Yeah.
Basic Instinct?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I still put that up there as like the top thriller of all time for me.
Now we've got, just occurred to me, we got the 3 Costner baseball movies. We got Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, and For the Love of the Game. So For the Love of the Game's out for sure.
For me, which one is the one where he's pitching his last game?
That's For the Love of the Game.
For the Love of the Game. I mean, to me,
see, I think Field of Dreams is better.
I hate that movie.
Okay, fair enough.
I despise that movie. It's boring. It's stupid. I get the sappy thing at the end. Yeah. I also, this may shock a lot of people, I hate Dances with Wolves.
It's okay. I watched it once.
It wasn't worth it. Like, it was just, but I would put there one that most people hate, The Postman.
I love The Postman.
I love The Postman too. I also
the other one that's really good that you should watch at least once is Waterworld.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it was just amazing what they did.
It was something else. Now, if we had to pick Marvel movies, like 1 or 2, I mean, like,
okay, I'm going to say
Winter Soldier.
We cannot include any of the Avengers because they require too much investment in it, right? There's too much build up.
Winter Soldier.
Iron Man is above it for me because Iron Man made B-list characters work.
If you could only pick one Marvel movie to watch one time, you would pick Iron Man over Winter Soldier?
Yes.
Winter Soldier's a better story.
And I would pick Captain America: The First Avenger over Winter Soldier.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's okay. You're allowed to be wrong, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
And I'm going to say, like, I don't think we should limit it to one Marvel movie. There's too many of them.
No, I know. Well, no, I meant of the MCU because
that's what I'm talking about. There's still too many of them because you're right. Winter Soldier is arguably the best one, but I think Iron Man,
you could only watch. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Iron Man did something that no one had really been able to do up to that point. They tried several times, and
yeah.
I mean, up till then, it was Batman or Superman, or an entourage team, because all those X-Men movies were good too, but Robert Downey Jr. carried a B-list because at the time Iron Man was a B-list character.
I would argue that Wesley Snipes did it first.
Yes, Blade. And
without Wesley Snipes, we don't get X-Men, we don't get Iron Man.
And even though it hasn't held up as well, and it's not as great a movie, and it's not a Marvel movie, it was just as important. It was Spawn.
Yeah.
Spawn pushed a lot of visual effects stuff. It let us have a dark anti-hero. I mean, we wouldn't have Logan without Spawn. I mean, it's
well, and then if we're gonna go down this road, you have to watch the director's cut, but Thomas Jane's Punisher. The director's cut fixes a couple little things. It adds like 2 or 3 scenes back in that really flush it out.
It really flushes out the guy who betrayed him, because that got cut.
And it explains the sons a little bit more, so you understand what's going on.
What was I going to say?
I got one. Dick Tracy with Warren Beatty.
Yes, that is an amazing
It was a comic
film.
book put on film like I've never seen before.
And the practical effects and the makeup is like.
And the
I went to Disney World. I went to Disney World in Florida and MGM Studios the year that came out.
Oh, that's
and I got
awesome.
to see all the Dick Tracy stuff. We got to eat there. I got like a little yellow hat, and it was like, oh man, that movie was amazing. I know we said the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, but Michael Keaton's first Batman movie.
Yeah. Well, if we were doing Christopher Nolan Batman movies, it's Dark Knight.
It is Dark Knight.
Like, the Begins is amazing and Returns is great, but Dark Knight
is the
masterpiece.
Yeah, it peaked with it. It has Empire Strikes Back power. It peaked with the second movie. Yeah.
Let's see. A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
Is a great one.
Okay,
I got one. Goonies has to go on the list, and the Nick Cage Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
Just if we're only watching once, you got to watch it.
The best Kevin Costner film ever made, The Untouchables.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's him and Connery, and it's like, it is just, and that's not a knock on Costner. He's made amazing films.
I got one for you.
Another one of his, Open Range. It has, as a Western fan, it has the most realistic, best gunfight finale of all Westerns.
Yeah. All right, I got one for you.
Solid, simple story, which is good. Like if Silverado and Open Range would be the two I would pick if I had to show somebody this is what a Western is.
Yeah. Groundhog Day. Yeah.
Now, this is going to sound bad. I've seen it too many times, so it doesn't hit as hard anymore.
No, I know, but it's amazing.
I don't think they need to release Groundhog Day 2 and just re-release the film.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Have you seen The Hunt? The one where the liberals kidnap a bunch of conservatives and try to hunt them?
I have not seen that one yet.
You got to watch it once at some point. It's one of those movies where I was just like, okay, this is great.
I'm not a huge fan of the franchise, but Aliens.
The second one?
The second one. Again, so much better than the other ones. I know a lot of people love the first Alien because it's really a horror film, and it is.
Yeah.
But Aliens is amazing. The Abyss.
Yeah, I mean, just from a technical standpoint, I guess. Yeah. Well, I wasn't a big fan of The Abyss.
I have seen that movie so many times, and it's underwater aliens and the technology involved. It was the first time they ever did the whole water thing. And without The Abyss, literally without The Abyss, we don't get T2 because we don't get the morpher. Yeah.
Right. That's what I meant from a technical standpoint. I totally agree with you. Have you seen Denzel in Inside Man about the bank robbery?
No.
That's definitely a put on your watch list movie. It's
the first.
There's a bank heist going on. It's Clive Owen is robbing the bank, and you don't really understand what's going on until like deep into the movie. And from someone who figures out movies from the beginning, like I got to the end and I was like, oh, I didn't even see it coming.
The first Equalizer that Denzel did.
Yeah, for sure.
And Book of Eli.
So here's something really funny. I just watched that for the first time last night.
Really? What'd you think?
Yeah. It was great.
When did you figure out he was blind?
I knew he was blind before I started watching the movie.
Oh, so it had already been.
I already knew that.
The only problem I have with the acting in that movie is the scene where he's talking to the guy getting the iPod charged.
Right.
And he looks at him like he's not blind too many times. So that is the only problem I have with that movie. And that is a quibble. It's a quibble.
Here's how I took it. I don't think he's completely blind.
That's fair.
Because it sounds like what happened is that I think he either looked at a nuke or looked at the sun or whatever it was.
It never says. It just never says.
They sort of hint at like the Flash that blinded everyone, because he asks the woman. I just watched this, so he asked the woman, the blind woman,
5 or 6 years. So
when she comes in to talk to him, she says, he's like, did you go blind in the Flash? And she goes, no, I was always blind. And so, but I was sort of, the way I took it is like, it's fuzzy. Like he really can't see, but he can see a little bit of motion. But so often you see him like brush his hand to get, like, if you know it going in watching, you're like, oh, there he can't see. Like the moment, because I knew he was blind, but I wasn't 100% sure about exactly what it was, because I was like, I'd heard it, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's the very beginning when he walks in and he opens the doors to the there's a dude hanging in a closet, and he opens the door and he's startled. And I went, oh, he's startled because the doors fell over. And then he puts his hand out and touches the person. And that's when he realizes, because he smells it first. And I was like, oh, he's blind. Like then, so it was great.
I had one and I lost.
But yeah, it was so good. I didn't really know. And not shockingly, but like Mila Kunis hasn't done a lot of great acting movies. She's really good in that. Like she's
really good in that.
Knocked it out of the park. The original Jumanji with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Is a great one.
So here's a great one. Let's throw back One Crazy Summer.
I don't know if I know what that is.
Have you not seen this movie? It's one of Demi Moore's first films.
Oh, I know what this is. No, I've not actually seen it before, but I know
should once. You should. And on that with ones you should once. Tropic Thunder.
I'll get.
I know. I'm not a huge Ben Stiller fan, although I love Dodgeball. Dodgeball's great, but
Dodgeball was good.
I wouldn't put it on the you have.
But I hate all of his scenes.
Yeah, it's kind of the point, though.
I know. Okay, here. So
Tobey Maguire,
Kingsman.
Yes, the first one.
Although the second one was
okay. The second one. So I love what they did with Merlin in the second one.
I do too.
Brought tears to my eyes, kind of. Movie.
I thought it was great. Again, it's like if I've only got to pick one, you gotta
watch Kingsman.
One. Here's the other one, Knives Out.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's a murder mystery one.
Yeah.
It's
on that,
all his other two were great as well. The other two.
I have two. But on the Knives Out, Clue.
Yeah, for sure.
Old Yeller.
I've never seen Old Yeller. Oh. I don't want to. I don't want to watch it. I know what's going to happen and I don't care.
Depressingly sad. There's a reason they say
I had Bridge to Terabithia, so like I'm totally on board with it.
I've never seen it.
It's the best friend dies. It's the
Men Can Cry at Weddings, Funerals, and Old Yeller.
Yeah.
But it's a dog movie. Like it's like
A Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah. Yeah. Conspiracy Theory. Especially nowadays.
So good. And there's another one on that line. Conspiracy Theories, Mel Gibson, and Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
Smith is really good.
Both of those are great.
So the most prophetic movie of its time that
Idiocracy.
That predicted everything. Not that that's not true. That I actually haven't seen Idiocracy.
Oh, you should. That's on the list.
Demolition Man.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
It's been so right. I mean,
all right. So this is like I have two like rom-coms that I love.
Okay, I'm curious what yours are.
Love Actually.
Okay.
The British Christmas movie that's got freaking everybody in it.
Never seen it, but okay.
Oh, it's Hugh Grant and Emma Thompson and Liam Neeson and
So what's your other,
Mr. Bean is in it and Bill Nye. I mean, it's just everybody. About Time. Again, it's another British one. It's got Bill Nye in it. It's a love story. I have a thing about time travel. I think I watched Back to the Future too many times. Hang on, let me finish. So About Time is a love story that takes place while the male character moves around in time. So like he meets a girl and falls in love and has this amazing moment and then goes back in time to fix something else and then realizes that he's missed the date. And he can't go back again because his roommate is doing a play and he goes back to make sure the play goes off correctly and then misses the date. And then he's got to figure out where she is, where she's going to be so he can go meet her before she meets her new boy. Okay, but it goes on and on and on. It's real fun.
So mine, if I had to pick a rom-com.
Okay.
50 First Dates.
50 First Dates is great. Just because she drives a Volkswagen thing. Like that's
it's not only that. It's for whatever reason it was. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore had perfect chemistry.
They have
in
great
every movie they did. But 50 First Dates really resonated with me because you're talking about like you've got to love someone to deal with that kind of challenge. Like that's like that's like the underlying heartfelt there is like, okay, I can get into this even as a dude, you know.
Yeah, it's a good one. All right, I got one for you. You might not have seen this one either. The Man from it's called Man from Earth. The Man from Earth.
I've never heard of that one.
It's written by a guy who used to be a Star Trek writer.
Okay.
I think he wrote the episode Mirror Mirror. Okay. That's one of his claim to fames. He wrote this as a stage play because it's basically a stage play. And it's about a guy. So I'll run the premise really quick. This guy comes home. All of his teacher friends he's a teacher at a college. They show up and they're like, why are you retiring all of a sudden and leaving? And he's like, I'm moving on and I'm going. But before I go, let me just try this. Let me tell you who I really am. I've been alive for 10,000 years.
I think I've heard of this before.
I've probably told you about it before.
Yeah,
I've been alive for 10,000 years. And then there's this conversation that takes place where he starts telling them about who he is and where he's been. And it's slow and plotting, but it drives. It's really good. It's definitely worth a watch.
I've got two of them for you.
Okay, go for it.
And you probably haven't watched either one of these. The Longest Day.
I know that. What is it? That's
D-Day.
Oh,
it's
no,
the ensemble. It's the ensemble filmed in black and white on purpose D-Day movie. And it's amazing. And it's got everybody in it. And there is no star. Like, you know, nobody took top billing in it. And In Harm's Way.
I think I know that one too, but I can't place it.
It's yet another black and white John Wayne movie, but it's John Wayne and he played Spartacus. Spartacus is another one. Who played Spartacus?
Oh, that guy. I know what
I know. God, I can see him. He's got famous kids. Kirk Douglas.
Thank you.
But it's World War II. Starts with the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
And it follows Kirk Douglas's character, who is like friends with and just underneath in rank John Wayne's character. But they're basically destroyer and cruiser commanders who have to try and go out. And it follows that first like year and a half of the war where we're kind of getting our ass kicked. But it doesn't hold back. Like there's a scene where Kirk Douglas rapes a nurse. And then she finds out she's pregnant, kills herself. He realizes he's going to get caught and takes a B-25 on a one-way mission to find the Japanese fleet and dies rather than face his consequences. And John Wayne's character knows what's going on. They're like, do you want to give him a medal? And he goes, no, just mark it down as a regular flight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it does things that movies didn't do then. Like, especially
and
John
they don't
Wayne
do
movies.
Now either.
Well, I mean, especially John Wayne movies, because like he made. So I haven't touched a lot on the John Wayne ones. I know I just did a couple there. Rooster Cogburn, or True Grit.
True Grit,
the real one with John Wayne.
Well, apparently the new one is actually closer to the
story, and nothing against the actor who played Rooster in the new one. The modern True Grit is a better film. Okay? John Wayne is a better Rooster.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. And even though it's not everybody's favorite, Big Jake. Because if you were to take every John Wayne movie ever made and kind of cram them all together, Big Jake has everything in it. And it just kind of sums it all up.
All right, I got three older ones.
Okay.
1965, Mirage.
I don't think I've seen that.
I watched this movie once as a kid could never remember what it was, but one part of it stuck with me. I rewatched it again later. It's amazing. The premise of the movie is basically this guy shows up somewhere and doesn't know who he is, but he remembers that like there were stairs somewhere and he can't find them again. And like, I don't want to say anymore. It's great. Okay. So that's one. Number two, Audrey Hepburn, Cary Grant, Charade.
Never seen it.
Again, another spectacular
but it sounds amazing
movie.
Amazing actors.
It's great. It's a screwball comedy. It's got a ton of great people in it. It's got Walter Matthau in it and James Coburn. Like, it's great. Oh, speaking of James Coburn, Maverick with Mel Gibson.
Yes. That's one of the best movies ever made.
The last one, 1972, Barbra Streisand, What's Up, Doc?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, my. So hang on. I got to tell you about What's Up, Doc, real quick here. It's thinking about it from I've been rewatching movies now that I have a better understanding of like feminism and what that whole idea is, and I'm like, oh, there it is. And so What's Up, Doc? This guy shows up at a convention to like present his rocks because he's a rock
geologist
guy, and his fiance is Madeline Kahn from Young Frankenstein. Okay. Barbra Streisand shows up and basically is like kind of a con woman, and she's like, I like that guy, and she just pursues him relentlessly, takes over his life, pushes out the other woman, and by the end of the movie they're together. Now, it's hilarious, and it's the wildest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, so that's another one.
So one I can't believe we forgot, The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I mean,
it's seminal. Everyone should see it once. It's amazing.
If I had to pick a Wizard of Oz movie, I would say you gotta watch Return to Oz.
Yes, but it won't make any sense without the Wizard of Oz. I don't disagree.
Yeah, I can give you the plot of the first one. Like, you don't have to.
But no, the Wizard of Oz was groundbreaking for what it did.
I know.
And then there was one I've forgotten now, so that was in my head, but it went away.
Oh, I got one.
But
you probably haven't seen
the other one, Cannonball Run.
You said that already.
No, I did not say Cannonball Run.
Oh, you said Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah. But Cannonball Run is based on a real event. That's what's wild. And the van they use as the ambulance is the ambulance they use to do the real Cannonball Run.
Oh, nice.
Which is wild. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, brother, where art thou?
Yeah.
That's one you should see once. The First Naked Gun.
Yes.
I'm running through like a list here. My Cousin Vinny. Oh, I love My Cousin Vinny. Okay. And here's another one.
The Two Utes.
Yeah. Money Pit with Tom Hanks.
I don't know that I've ever seen it all the way through.
Oh,
I've seen it because it was on TV all the time as a kid.
But it's the nightmare of trying to remodel a house. It'll be ready in 2 weeks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wasn't. For some reason, Big was not a big. I didn't really grab me as much. It was okay. I was a
little bit older. Okay.
All right. Nobody with Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah, that was good.
That falls into the John Wick sort of line of things to see.
On that, The First Transporter.
The first two were good.
Yeah, but if I had to pick one,
probably the first
one.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to do a run. The Phantom, The Shadow.
Yes.
There's another one that I'm forgetting. Oh, George of the Jungle.
The
first one.
Encino Man.
I wasn't a big Encino. That was not one of mine. Okay. The Mummy. And the second one.
Yeah, both of them.
But if only one, the first one. Okay. Now here's some questions for you. Hunt for Red October.
Yes.
Patriot Games or Clear and Present Danger.
The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
It's the tightest. It's the tightest. It's the best, and it's the closest to the book.
Yeah, that's true. I I didn't like Hunt for Red October when I was younger. I liked Patriot Games better.
I preferred Alec Baldwin's Jack Ryan over the other one, over Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Yeah, Harrison Ford was playing him a little older than he should have been.
And having read the others, Patriot Games really doesn't hold up compared to the book. It really doesn't. But it's still, but as a film on its own, good. No, it's good.
I was gonna say it's actually, if you put aside the fact that it's not Diana and Charles, but like it's one of the best book adaptations that's been done. Like, because so often things get left out and put aside. Like, it's actually a solid film from the book.
Here's the problem with Clancy, and the reason I think the Hunt for Red October is the only one that's a close book adaptation. The Hunt for Red October is a relatively small book at around 300-ish pages.
Yeah, most of his stuff is.
All the other ones are 1,000 pages long, and you just have to cut way too much out. So,
yeah.
We've
Connery's last Bond film, The Rock.
Yeah, and his first one, Dr. No.
Yeah, and then I would say Casino Royale as well.
Yeah, I think that's the best origin story Bond film they've ever done.
And a personal favorite for me, I also thought GoldenEye was really good.
GoldenEye is really good. I like all the Pierce Brosnan ones. I think Pierce Brosnan has the most James Bond moment ever. It's the one where he's in the boat and he goes under the water and adjusts the tie. Yeah.
That was his idea, apparently.
Yeah.
What else we got here? I would say if we're doing one only movies, you got to watch the first Scream.
Yeah,
is worth watching, and probably the first Halloween
movie.
and the first scary movie
and the first scary movie. That was peak satire.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do. Here's another one. I really loved M. Night Shyamalan's Signs.
I thought
Signs was that's movies. The Alien one.
The only movie of his I like is the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
And I knew nothing about it, which is the only reason I liked it. Like, I knew nothing about Avatar.
Same here.
So,
same here. Like, Leslie and I actually watched that one together, and we were both like, that was really good.
The original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It's at this point, before they've come out, it's the best video game adaptation to movie.
No, the last Mortal Kombat movie, the Mortal Kombat 2 is about to come out with Street Fighter.
I know. I still prefer the original one.
Okay.
Now, I loved the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Yes.
But the actors who played in that very first one were perfect. Especially the final two. The guy who just died, who played the evil villain boss guy, the Asian actor from the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
But he was a martial artist. The hero was a martial artist, and they went at it at the end. They were like, "We're not going to pull punches. We're actually going to fight these out."
Yeah. I was going to say, since I mentioned Signs, I'll actually go back on Shyamalan again as well. Excuse me. Unbreakable.
I haven't seen it.
The one with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
I haven't seen it.
It's one of those, and it's one of those ones where like it's really slow, but once you figure out what's going on by nearing the end, you're like, oh, it's an origin story that you don't realize is an origin story.
Yeah.
I was also going to say Mark Wahlberg's Shooter is spectacular.
Yeah.
No, you had a better.
No. Again. I've read the novel. It doesn't.
Oh, I haven't read the novel.
Okay, well, and I've read the novel a dozen times, and I've read like all 3 sequels or 2 sequels for it. It's really good. It's so good that it makes that amazing movie bad. Let me just put it that way.
So I got a weird one. You probably haven't seen this one, but if you got to watch it one time. Donnie Darko.
I wish I could
with
get my
Jake
2 hours
Gyllenhaal.
back. That
It is a weird
worst.
again.
God,
it's a time. It's a time travel thing.
I
for some
hated
reason,
everything about that movie.
It's so
everything
good.
about that movie. I know people love it. I hate it. I want my life back. You know,
one of my guilty pleasures that I enjoy watching every once in a while is The Skulls.
Oh, we left one off.
What'd you forget?
Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, but it's so obvious we left it off. Also,
go.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh,
actually, no. If I'm going to pick an Indiana Jones one, it's The Last Crusade. It's The Last Crusade.
It is. Let's Starship Troopers, man.
Yeah, Starship Troopers is good.
Okay. Any of the Supermans on there? First Christopher Reeves?
If I have to pick one Superman film, one.
I'm not saying you have to.
But no. But if I'm looking at all of them, it's going to be either the first or the second Christopher Reeve film. Okay. Because I kind of consider them one film because they were shot at the same time.
Have you actually? No,
I take that back. I take it back. It's Superman 2, the Donner cut.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Zod, that whole storyline is better than Superman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Pierce Brosnan in the Thomas Crown Affair.
Yeah, I've heard that's good. I think I've
great
seen parts
movie.
Of it.
Another weird one you probably haven't seen. I like weird stuff. It's called This Is Where I Leave You. It's with Jason Bateman and Tina Fey and Kylo Ren, that guy, Adam Driver.
Yeah.
And their father dies. And their mom makes them come home and sit Shiva, and it's just about their whole lives unraveling. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Here's a weird one for you.
Okay.
4 Rooms.
Oh, I love 4 Rooms.
Yeah.
That's Tarantino also.
No. He only did 1 room.
No, I know, but I said also. It's Tarantino and it's Robert Rodriguez and
his room is the worst one. But
yeah, it's the last room. Yeah, that's a great one. Top Gun.
Although I think Top Gun Maverick may be better.
I think I was going to say the same thing. Total Recall, the original,
the one with Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh,
Minority Report.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, you should. It's good. True Lies.
The original Running Man.
Yes.
And True Lies.
I need to watch the new one.
It was good, but it's not as good as the first one. Now,
Twister.
The new one is way closer to the story from what I've heard. Twister is amazing. Twister is amazing. Good. I saw Twister in IMAX. That was wild.
I got another good one for you. You're never going to have seen. Kathleen Turner and Dennis Quaid in Undercover Blues.
I've seen that movie before.
They're a married couple with a baby. Yeah. They're like spies on vacation.
Yeah.
Stanley Tucci is in that. There's an amazing scene where Stanley Tucci and Dave Chappelle try to rob Dennis Quaid, and both of them are unknowns at this point. It's amazing.
My Blue Heaven.
I've never seen that.
With Steve Martin?
No, I'm not.
Where he's the mobster in the... Mm-mm. Oh, God. Steve Martin is a mobster who goes in the WITSEC. They place him in like this little town in Arizona where they stick all the mobsters. And they're like, we got enough people here for a crew. And they're like, we have enough people here for a crew. And it's just great. And it's hilarious. It's as funny as the Three Amigos in a different way. But it's just peak Steve Martin. You know, the Three Amigos. The Magnificent Seven. The Seven Samurai. Like, I mean, there's several of these.
The new Magnificent Seven was actually really good.
It is. It's really good. Yeah. I would argue it's almost better than the original, but the original is also really, really, really
they're
good.
Both really good. Here's a good one. Matthew Perry and Bruce Willis in The Whole 9 Yards.
Yes, the first one. Yes.
The first one. Yeah, the whole 10 yards not so good. The Whole 9 yards is great.
I can't believe we left this off. Braveheart.
Yeah, Braveheart. Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, you finally watched it.
I did. I watched it right before last Easter.
I've been telling you to watch it for years. I've been trying to.
I wasn't in the mood, and then one day I was.
There is no right mood for that movie. You just have to watch it.
I was in the right mood, and I watched it. I forgot 12 Monkeys.
Never seen it.
Oh, dude, Terry Gilliam is the best.
It's a time travel movie. I know. It's
Terry Gilliam. You got 12 Monkeys. You've got Brazil, which is spectacular, and then you've got the dwarves with the kid and they're jumping through portals. Time Bandits. Thank you.
That's a weird one.
That's a great movie.
It's a weird one. Willow. We left off Willow. No, man. That is just such a good, solid fantasy movie.
I know.
Val Kilmer's character is amazing. Like Madmartigan
it's not bad. It's just not. I wouldn't put it on my list.
I would. Which also makes the like reboot series they did such a travesty. It was, which I actually watched. And here's my big problem. Now, granted, Disney pulled it. Nobody can go back and watch it. When I watched the Willow series, it wasn't all the gay stuff. It wasn't all that stuff. It felt like I missed 4 episodes. Like, it was so disjointed from episode to episode that I'm just like, did I miss one?
Yeah.
How did we get here? Character development wise, it was just like, it's like they made 6 or 8 episodes or whatever it was, and it should have been 12.
Yeah. I when we mentioned Hackers before, I forgot about it. Yeah. Did you ever see Antitrust?
No.
So Antitrust was Ryan Felipe and as like a kid, and the Tim Robbins was playing like a Bill Gates, Steve Jobs sort of guy. And basically they were trying to get some new video. This is early internet, so it's video compression. They were trying to do YouTube in 2001 kind of thing. And it was the dastardly things that they were doing to get away with stealing tech from people. And so it sort of shaped my understanding of the tech world very early in my life. Another really good one. I probably should wrap it up here. Did you ever see Boiler Room?
Yes.
That's a great
Boiler Room is good. So this one, to just kind of tie it all up here. I know we said Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
The first new Ghostbusters sequel. It was perfect. Now, here's the thing. They basically redid the whole movie. It's the same plot and all that. But the way they handled Egon and finally getting everybody back together again, it was amazing. Like
I don't disagree with that, but I don't think it was that good that it goes on the one.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who will never watch Ghostbusters who will watch that one, and you still get the feel for the story.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I have one last one that I forgot, which is Watchmen.
Which one's Watchmen?
Watchmen was the
comic book movie.
Zack Snyder. It's a comic book movie.
Yeah. I was just making sure.
Yeah. They almost sort of did a shot for shot.
Yeah, and most people hate it, and I don't get it.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Well, it's a really messed up story.
It is really messed up. The bad guy really wins.
Twisted. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bad guy that sort of is a good guy in the like it's one of those things where he's like, I've determined that if I kill all these people, then everyone can live in peace. And you're like, yeah, but no, man.
Yeah. That's a good place to end it.
Yeah, that's a good place. We'll stop it there.